Mercury's in Gatorade. I need my glasses for this too. All right, so hello everyone, especially Kulu. Welcome everyone to Trapezius. Today is Monday, so of course we're doing that virtual fitness thing. We're going to be working on our deltoids and on our trapezius muscles. So those muscles lifting the neck and our shoulder muscles alongside the shoulder. So we're going to be focusing on those muscle groups. Just like usual, we're going to be doing 4 warm-up exercises, 5 sets of 4 workouts, and then we're going to jump into that cool down. But before we get started, just want to say a special thanks to everybody watching at home, as well as Brian and Paige from TIA, who are joining me in this workout, and of course to Sport Canada and Canadian Heritage, who will fund a Yungitude to see no obstacles, and Trapezius, which is a part of a Yungitude, meaning to be independent. And yeah, so we're going to be working on those things today. So the first thing that we're going to do in our warm-up is we're going to be doing those ring outs. So if you have light weights, so I have 30 pounds here, but if you have light weights, anything from 5, 15, 10, 12, whatever you have, I would recommend dropping down to a lighter weight, and we're going to be ringing out the shoulders. So palm is facing up, ringing out both sides like so. I'm doing that. Now for myself, as I'm opening, I'm going to be closing and opening my fists just to get into that forearm a little bit. And once you count up 10 times, we're going to be jumping into our second part. So this is a good way just to open up the grips and the fingers by, of course, doing those open and closing with your fists, rotating the shoulders out, getting that shoulder rotation in on both sides, as well as that stretch. Now we're going to do some trapezius rolls. So we're going to shrug our shoulders up. So I'm flexing, sorry to see with my shirt, but I'm flexing the neck muscles. You should have that triangle in the trap. You're going to flex them and you're going to roll shoulders back, flex them forward, and roll the shoulders forward. So every time we're dropping them, we're flexing and we're rolling it forward. So really try to push the traps up and then push them back, push the traps up, push them forward. So 10 times forward, 10 times back. Again, really trying to squeeze the traps, roll it forward. If you put your head down, you can feel the shoulder blades rubbing against trapezius muscles as they come forward. That's really what you want. So again, we're massaging the traps out with our shoulders, with our shoulder blades, 10 times both ways and back. Might not be that great if you don't have huge traps, but I certainly felt it while rotating the trap muscle. So again, just opening everything up. The third warm-up exercise that we're going to do are just some mobility flies. So again, same thing. If you want to use light weights, no weights at all. I usually go from no weights to large weights. And same thing, we're just going to be flying to the sides, and then we're going to go actually above the head, down to the front, back up to the side. So we're lifting up, sideways, down, forward, up, forward, down, sideways. So by doing that, we're rolling the shoulders, keeping them stretched. Now again, same thing, you want to try to pinch those shoulder blades together, lifting to the side, trying to touch those back of the knuckles, back down, forward and up, back down. As long as you're getting that full range, keeping the arms straight, parallel with the shoulders, you're doing a great job. So same thing, up, down, up, down. So just by keeping our arms off the floor, you're really going to feel just that warm up in the arms. So again, really just trying to roll them out. Similar to kicking our legs out, just any direction that gets those shoulders moving. So same thing, if you count out 10 each way, so 20 total, we're going to move into our final exercise. Always recommend water or something. I'm drinking almond milk protein shake. Whew. You know, good stuff for electrolytes. Mercury's in Gatorade. I think literally mercury is in Gatorade, like the actual periodic table thing, element. Anyways, maybe I shouldn't make that accusation. All right, so now we're gonna do similar to a barbell trapezius lift. So you might have seen these before, guys grabbing, people grabbing the barbell, and you're lifting up, and again, you're lifting, trying to throw those shoulders up until you get your shoulders about here. So you've seen people do that. For myself, there's a couple ways that you could do this exercise. This is still the warm-up, but just if you wanted to do it without a barbell, taking dumbbells, putting them together, and lifting the traps. Same thing, if you don't have any weights, of course you don't need them. This is the warm-up. Just doing 10 imagining you're grabbing onto a barbell, lifting those shoulders up. And again, you're really feeling it in the traps. So same thing, lifting that trap, tightening the traps. When I say traps, I'm talking about the trapezius muscles. So just 10. Again, you can imagine that you're pulling something to your chin, trying to get those elbows up and behind. So you should be feeling that in that space about right here. So just between the shoulder blade and the trap muscle. So just right here, again, along the delt. So good warm up. Now that we have gotten through the warm up, we're going to start our workout. So of course, we're doing everything 4x5. I'm going to be on top of it, taking tallies. And first thing that we're going to do are some shrugs. So of course, I've got my 30-pounders here. Same thing, when you get into that shrug position with weights or no weights, if you are using no weights or weights that might be too light for you, I recommend doing more repetitions. So I'm going to be doing 10 because I'm lifting 60 pounds, but if you're lifting something lighter, you might want to go to 15 or 20, depending on where you're at. If you find that it's too easy and you're not getting a burn, I would recommend going up in reps or weight. So just doing 10, again, shrugging, getting the shoulders to your ears, back down, to your ears, back down, to your ears, back down. When I'm doing shrugs, we're doing just 10 of them, but I like to really hold that curve in the shrug just before releasing it. After 10, we're going to be moving into some bent rows. So same thing, we have our dumbbells, keeping that back straight, slight bend in the knees, coming forward, lower back straight, about here, up, down, 10 times. After 10, we're going to be moving into some pullovers. So pullover is pretty simple. We're going to be laying down on our back. I recommend using one dumbbell at a time for control. If you want to risk it for the biscuit, totally welcome to do it. But grabbing this dumbbell, laying on our backs, bringing that dumbbell to one side, just above the groin. I recommend not hitting yourself there. Back behind the head, back over, back behind the head, and back over. So again, I'm letting the top of the dumbbell touch the floor, bottom of the dumbbell come close to the groin or hip. Arms are always straight. 10 times. And there you go. After 10, we're going to get into that. Oh, we have one more actually. We're going to get into a slow shoulder press. So great stuff about that is that we're rotating those shoulders. We're incorporating the trapezius muscles to really get that past the shoulder line, shoulders to lift it past the head, So it's a shoulder trap workout all in one. The last exercise that we're going to do before we take our rest is a slow shoulder press. So for myself, depending on how you feel, you do it sitting, crouching, kneeling, standing, all possible ways. We're going to be getting dumbbells up into that shoulder press position, parallel to the shoulders, up, slowly down, up, slowly down, up, and slowly down. So we're mixing in a little bit of that Olympic, holding, bringing it down. Whew. Great thing about control, I specifically kind of incorporated this to improve around like my knuckle hopping, things like that. This is something that's really great for that because you're really letting that explosive movement, slow retraction. Again, that's really what you're going to get from your shoulders as you roll the shoulders forward to catch yourself in that knuckle position. So just going to finish these last ones off, just doing 10. And again, you can go at your own pace, whatever is slow for
you. Do you want to rotate your hands at any point, or does it stay like dumbbells like this or turn in?
If you can turn in, that would be great. Of course, you'll be getting that extra rotation in there as well. Okay. For myself, though, if I do that, I'll probably injure I'll probably cause some injury. But yes, if you feel that's a great idea, actually, if you feel like your weights are too light or the workout isn't too good for yourself, and if you're using no weights especially, you can absolutely try to do a front press back into a shoulder press, back into a front press, back into a shoulder press, and so on. So that's a good idea too. Absolutely. But after you've done 10, take that rest. Whew. So I feel pretty good about this exercise so far. I do recommend, though, that if it is too much with the holding and the slowness of it, and you're really starting to feel that burn early on, which is the point, of course, to slow movements, then I do recommend maybe just dropping those sets or taking a lot longer with it. Whew. This isn't the best protein shake I've ever made. Oh man. And it's just like, it's just like torture over here. Working out, trying to cool down, drinking something gross. Oh, all right. About 10 more seconds here, and then we'll get back into it. I feel like I'm talking like my high school or middle school phys ed teacher right now. Like I feel super, a little cringy, So getting back into it, we're gonna get back into those shrugs. So same thing. Personally, I like to do it slowly. Again, shoulders to your ears, right to the lobes, back down to the lobes, back down, back down. So again, doing this 10 times. My partner hates when I work on my trapezius muscles because she says I look like a cobra after. It's definitely a small problem. So after those 10 shrugs, again, keeping it slow, keeping it controlled, we're going to jump into those bent rows. So because we're using dumbbells, I like to personally, of course, pull them to the side as you were seeing. So my dumbbells are straight up and down vertical. But if we were using a barbell, it would look like this. Just so you know, but that is more on the lats. This is going to be more onto the shoulders and delts. So again, 10 of these. After that, we're going to be moving into those pullovers. So same thing, laying on your back, dumbbell, dropping it on one side to the hip line as close as you can get. Control is definitely of a lot of importance for this exercise, because if you, of course, lack control, you're just gonna smash your guts. And same thing, rotating those shoulders to and fro. So after you've done 10, wherever you're at, of course, doing more, no weights, or more with less weights, or less with more weight, wherever you're at. Once you finish those, we're gonna get into that slow press. So same thing, just like before, we're bringing those to the sides, rotating forward if you can, and just pressing slowly to the ceiling, to the sky. Whew. And after 10, of course, taking that rest. Whew. So we're 2 in. We have 3 more to go through. Starting to certainly feel it. Great thing about that shoulder press is you do feel it in the chest. Again, trying to stabilize that back. You're going to feel it in the top of your chest, pushing up. Similar to if you're doing a incline, an incline bench press. So great workout, especially if you don't have a bench, let alone a bench that goes all through the degrees from decline, incline to flat. Whew. But certainly great workout. Okay, so 10 more seconds here. I always say that like I know. I just guess. 10 seconds left. Always trying to go for about a 30-second rest. And once we're all ready, we're going to get back into those shrugs. So same thing. To the ears, right up to the lobes. After that, we're going to be moving into those bent rows. So again, just doing those shrugs to where you feel comfortable. You want to make sure you're getting that bend and that burn in your trap muscles. Again, same thing with those rows, getting through them. Whew. Went from working in a trap to working on the traps. Am I right, guys? Whew. Back to the hips. Back to the hips. You know what? That's a pretty good shirt. From working in the trap to working on the traps. So after that, we're going to get into those shoulder presses. So you don't necessarily have to go by the sound of my voice. I'm of course doing 10 all around. If you want to do more or less, totally feel free to do so. Whew. So shoulder press now. Whew. Gotta say, those shoulder presses, certainly starting to feel that all throughout the shoulder, top of my chest, and even a little bit in that upper back, upper lats section. Pretty good stuff. Whew. So hope everyone's feeling good. We've got 2 more to go through after this. Oh. What's going on, Brian?
Feeling good. I only have 12s and 115, so trying to do just more and more reps instead of, you know, laboring too much on going super slowly on the negative press.
Yeah.
Just without the additional weight, I feel like more reps is helping more than trying to just slow it down, because it's not a significant amount.
Yeah, absolutely. That makes sense.
I'm sweating though, I'll tell you that.
Yeah, I'm certainly all the way through my shirt. My I can't even read that. What does it say? I can't even read that upside down. I'm not even gonna try. Kelowna, Canada, or something like that. Like Kelowna, Canada. You could tell this came from like one of those size store, like you know, native arts and crafts, Canadian heritage stores. There you go. Those are my favorite ones, man. Oh gosh. She like the chief cigar smoker and all that. Like, oh, all right. So starting to go on a rant. That's how you know I'm getting tired. Give it a couple more seconds here and we're gonna get back into the workout. Again, hoping everybody feels good. Totally go at your own pace. And like Brian said as well, if that negative press, again, the coming down from the workout, going slowly isn't doing it for you, definitely do more reps faster. And yeah, let's get into it. Whew. Awesome. After that, jumping into those bent rows. And same thing, slight bend to the legs, just to ease your back, your lower back. Whew. After those, into that pullover. Again, just right over the hips, back over the head. Whew. After those pullovers, moving into that press. So same thing. pressing up. Whew. Oh man, on that fourth one, certainly feeling it. And we've got one more workout.
One of the regular downsides of wearing a hat when you're working out is every now and then you catch yourself in the bill.
Yeah.
Embarrassing as if you like hit yourself in the face, but it's
I feel the same way about my bun.
Yeah.
My Fire Nation bun.
Oh man. Yeah, it's the worst when you have a ponytail or your hair's in a bun or braided even, and you're trying to do bench press on the bench. Because either way, you're losing your braids, or you're uncomfortable, your neck's going to be strained, or you go wearing a satin wrap to the gym, and that's not a good look. Yeah.
you need like a foam donut to put on the back of it so that you've got like a built-in pillow. We should market those. We'll Tio brand some ponytail.
Yes. Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it. Whew. You know, I really should get like a giant scrunchie, like a life preserver scrunchie, just something huge right on the back of my head. Oh, that's the dream.
Cook 'em scrunchies. Support Indigenous.
All right.
That's a great idea, actually. The chonky scrunchie. Could call it the scrunch.
Oh, all right. So, if we're already getting back into that last workout, so we're really gonna bring this one home. We're gonna try our best. So, up to the earlobes, down, and down. And again, at this point, this is really my heavy weight pace. So if you might be using those lighter weights and you're going faster, you might want to look at either Paige or Brian. Look at, like, we're not all on the screen. After that, getting into those rows. After that, into those pullovers. So again, just slightly different than skull crushers. Keeping those arms straight. To the back, to the front. Whew. So after that, into our final shoulder press. So again, getting those weights parallel to the shoulders. Whew. Jeez.
I just smushed my finger with the dumbbells.
Oh no.
So sad.
Was that from the press? Well, good job, everybody. We've gotten through that workout. Really good stuff. So again, worked on that trapezius muscle and the deltoids, a little bit on the upper lats, as well as the upper chest. So really good stuff. Now moving into the cool down, we're going to be, and just in case anybody wants to keep record, we did at least 50 of each of those 4 workouts. So anybody big on numbers, that's really good. So you can brag to everybody about that. Whew. So in terms of the upper trapezius stretch, we're going to get into a child's pose position, except before we actually go back and down, we're going to bring that arm over top of the side or under, any way that you can, but just really trying to isolate the top of the trap muscle. So again, twisting that spine as we're pulling through, again, stretching out that top trapezius muscle. So I'm a little tender right now, but 15 seconds each side. Five more seconds. Switching sides, same thing. Again, if you're gonna get low to the mat, it should just be that shoulder dipping down. As you twist more inwards, you're gonna feel that extra trap stretch, as well as a stretch in your other arm, supporting your body weight. Five more seconds. Whew. So again, using both. On one side, you're with that stabilizing shoulder, you're gonna feel that stretch, holding and pulling, and you're gonna feel that underneath stretch of the top of the trapezius muscle. So the second thing that we're gonna do is for 30 seconds. So this is gonna be for 30 seconds, but it's not a hold, it's a continuous movement. And I'll just show you what that is, but it's called, or at least it's what I saw it online it was called a handcuff drill. So we're gonna get onto our stomachs. We're gonna be bringing our arms in front of us, trying to get fingertips to elbow, back, and we're gonna bring behind you. And I can see why it's called the handcuff drill. It's kind of bad if we're all indigenous doing this, but hey. Anyways, we're gonna be bringing our fingertips to our elbows, back behind, rotating in, thumbs are coming up, my spine, just to the back. Now you don't have to cross your wrists or make it look any more arresty than it does, but just reaching up. Oh, spilled over my protein shake. But just bring up and behind. So we're gonna do this 30 seconds, just before I clean up my almond milk that I spilt on the floor. Making my mama proud with my habits. So again, just 30 seconds. Oh, and you're really gonna feel that in your traps. Oh, just doing that rotation. So about 10 more seconds. Whew. This could be a workout all by itself. Whew. And there you go. After 30 seconds of that constant movement, really stretching out. And you know what? I'm going to clean up that spilled protein shake. But anyways, really good stuff. Again, for really stretching out those traps. Really awesome. Great for the trap muscles. If you really wanted to, you definitely could as well use that as a warm-up or as an exercise, really whatever works for you. Doesn't necessarily have to be a cool down.
Kulu just wants to be the center of attention. Very jealous.
Really
Hi,
does.
Kulu.
Whew. Alrighty. So after that, the handcuff drill or the behind back stretch or something, I want to change the name of that. We can do the downward dog. So, of course, excellent one for stretching out the traps, the shoulders, everything. And if you do it right, which really just means stretching out the upper body as far along the floor as you can, you're going to get both of those in one stretch. So, into that downward dog, and just really trying to push, making your shoulders come forward. Again, really pushing everything back into those heels. 30 seconds. After 30 seconds, I'm feeling pretty nice. At least I'm feeling everything a little bit stretched out. And we're going to finish it all off with just some simple shoulder stretches that we're going to do just a couple of very quickly. So we're going to do 10 seconds on one, which I think was called a shoulder rollover, where again, we're going to be laying on that shoulder and rotating across it. Again, elbow to the mat, forearm straight over, really trying to roll onto that bicep, stretch out that shoulder. So you're going to be with this scissor elbow end result. After 10, we're going to just switch over and roll onto that other shoulder. So just into that scissor arms position. 10 seconds, just stretching out that shoulder. Whoa. 3, 2, 1. Whew. After that, just quickly gonna jump into that final shoulder stretch. So, hooking it with the elbow, making sure we stretch everything out. Just 10 seconds here. This is mostly just for me, I'll be honest. And after 10 seconds, switching that side over. So again, really trying to reduce that inflammation that we just created in our muscles, stretching it out, legitimately spreading it like margarine evenly, spreading that muscle evenly through that delt, the trap, etc. So good stuff. Another great one, if you feel like you want to do more, or maybe that downward dog wasn't it for you, you can try to do a triangle downward dog, again, putting your fingers together like a triangle. That'll really deepen that stretch, close the shoulder blades, close the traps. I have my own hair in my mouth. Anyways, so we've gotten through this workout, really good stuff, feeling extra pumped. My deltoids and trapezoids, trapezius muscles hurt a lot. Trapezoids of shape. And yeah, so hope everyone is doing good. I hope Kulu is doing good. Hope Brian's doing good. Paige, hope you're doing good. Hope everyone's doing good. And thank you for participating in today's workout. Not only you guys, but also everybody watching at home, wherever they are. And yeah, so tune in Friday, for some real fun stuff. Everybody should be involved. I'll be back Wednesday, Friday doing some workouts. Hopefully I can get into a really cool costume, something like that. And yeah, so I'll see everybody Wednesday, see everybody Friday, and take care, everybody. Bye-bye.